This is not a story about a hero, not a celebrity, not a man born lucky. This is a story about a chai seller's son who learned that a small beginning can still hold a big destiny. Aarav grew up in a narrow lane near the old markets of Jaipur. His house was small, so small that if you stretched your arms, you could almost touch both walls. Every morning, he woke to the sound of temple bells, street vendors shouting, and the smell of masala chai boiling in a big steel pot. His father, Raghav, owned a tiny chai stall by the bus stand. A wooden counter, a cracked kettle, a few plastic stools. That was the whole business. People said, "His father sells chai. He will do the same." Aarav heard them since he was a child. Sometimes he believed them, sometimes he didn't. But the words stayed inside him like dust on old books. He was a quiet boy, soft eyes, calm face. Always thinking, always wondering. At sunset, Aarav would climb to the terrace. He'd watch the sky turn orange, pink, then purple. He didn't know why, but those colors always made him dream of something bigger, something he couldn't describe yet. Aarav finished school, but college fees were too high. His father said, "Made it. Life is difficult. Maybe study later. Right now, we need your help." Aarav loved his father too much to say no. So, he joined the stall full-time. Days became heavy, not because of the work, but because of the feeling that life was running ahead, while he stayed in the same place. Every day looked like a copy of the day before. Wash cups, serve chai, stir milk, collect coins, smile at customers, go home. Sometimes, when he saw tourists taking pictures of Jaipur's colorful streets, he felt something pinch his heart. How can their world be so big, while mine feels so small? One afternoon, a man stopped at the stall. He looked ordinary, old kurta, dust on his sandals, but his eyes, they had a strange peace. He ordered chai and watched Aarav silently for a moment. Then he asked, "What do you want to do with your life?" Aarav froze. Nobody had ever asked him that, not even his parents. He whispered, "I don't know." The man said that not knowing is the place where real discovery begins. Before leaving, he placed a book on the counter and said, "Read this. It changed me. Maybe it will change you." Aarav looked at the old, faded cover. Small steps, big life. He didn't know it then, but a seed had been planted. That night, after everyone slept, Aarav climbed to the roof with the book. The moon was bright. The city was quiet. The air was soft and cool. He opened the first page. The words were simple, but they hit him deeply. One line felt like it was written for him. Your life grows when you grow your habits. Aarav closed the book and looked at his hands, the same hands used to wash cups every day, hands that smelled of tea and smoke. He whispered, "Maybe these hands can do more." From the next morning, he woke up earlier. He sat on the roof and studied English using a cheap second-hand phone. He made notes. He repeated words. He whispered sentences into the morning wind. Some days his eyes were heavy. Some days his throat hurt from speaking. Some days the world felt too noisy for dreams. But he continued, one small step a day. Just like a book said, after months of learning, Aarav applied for a job at a small hotel as a receptionist. He wore his only clean shirt. He practiced speaking in the mirror. He prayed silently. But when the interview began, fear crushed him. He forgot words. He mispronounced sentences. His palms shook. His voice cracked. The manager smiled politely and said, "We will call you." But they never did. That night, Aarav sat on a quiet step near the empty chai stall. Tears filled his eyes. He felt stupid and small again. He remembered the cruel words he had heard growing up. "You are a chai seller's son." Nothing more, but then he remembered the line from the book. Failure is not the end. Failure is information. He took a deep breath. He wiped his face. He whispered, "I will try again." And he did. One evening, a young woman came to the stall. Her name was Meera. She was from Mumbai, a photographer traveling across Rajasthan. She ordered chai and asked, "Do you know any interesting places to take pictures?" Aarav told her stories about Hawa Mahal, the old pink alleys, the hidden bazaars. He explained in English, simple English, but clear and confident. Meera smiled. "You explain things beautifully. Have you ever thought of being a local guide?" Aarav blinked. "Never." "You should try," she said. "You have a gift." A gift. No one had ever told him that. Not once in 22 years. That night, he couldn't sleep. The word gift kept echoing inside him. Like temple bells, Aarav made a handwritten sign. Jaipur Walk, Local Stories, Guide, Aarav. He stood near the market. People passed. No one stopped. He felt foolish. He almost removed the sign. But then, a couple from Spain walked toward him. "Are you the guide?" they asked. Aarav nodded shakily. He began the tour. At first his voice trembled. His hands felt cold. But as he walked through the colorful bazaars, past sweet shops and temples, something beautiful happened. He relaxed. He smiled. He told stories, not from books, but from his life. Stories about growing up in Jaipur. Stories about festivals. Stories about chai culture. The tourists listened. They laughed. They thanked him. They tipped him extra. Aarav walked home that night with a glowing heart, not because of the money, but because he finally felt seen, not as a chai seller's son, but as someone who had something to offer. Weeks passed, then months. Aarav guided hundreds of tourists. He practiced English every day. He read one page of a book every night. He learned to communicate with confidence. His tours became popular. Some tourists even left online reviews calling him the boy with 1,000 stories. A travel company noticed him. They invited him for training. They offered him a part-time job. For the first time in his life, Aarav earned more than his father. But when he brought the money home, his father didn't look proud. He looked emotional. He hugged Aarav tightly and said, "Better. You made your own path." Those words meant more to Aarav than any salary. A year passed. Aarav transformed quietly, like a seed turning into a tree. He bought new books. He improved his English. He saved money for online courses. He slowly built a different life. But he never left the chai stall. Every morning, before starting his tours, he helped his father for 1 hour. It reminded him of where he came from and why he must stay humble. One evening, as he stood on the rooftop, watching the sky turn orange again, the same sky he watched as a lost boy, he whispered, "I didn't become rich. I didn't become famous, but I became myself." And that is enough. Your life may be different from Arav's. Your struggles may be different, but your possibility is the same. Start with one small step, then another, and soon your world will grow bigger than you ever imagined. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe for more stories of courage, quiet growth, and the beautiful journey of becoming.